Hello everyone, I'm Raquela Umbalan. I'm the first reporter of the Group 3. So let's tackle about the exercise and fitness training, which is the Unit 3. Exercise and fitness training refers to physical activities and structured workout done regularly to improve the body's health and physical abilities. It helps develop strength, endurance, flexibility, and overall fitness. It allows a person to stay healthy, active, and physically strong. So, ang exercise and fitness training ay tumutukoy sa mga pisikal na gawain na planadong exercise na ginagawa ng regular upang mapabuti ang kalusugan, lakat at kakayahan ng katawan. So, nakakatulong ito upang maging mas malakas ang muscle, mas healthy ang puso at magkaroon ng mas maraming energy sa araw-araw. Halimbawa ng mga exercise is jogging or running para lumakas ang puso at stamina, push-up at set-ups para lumakas naman ang ating mga muscle, stretching para maging flexible ang katawan. Sa sports naman is tulad ng badminton or basketball para sa fitness at coordination. Circuit training is a popular workout method that helps improve strength, endurance, and flexibility. It involves performing a series of exercise called stations, with a very little rest in between. Each station focuses on different muscles, which makes the workout balanced and effective. So, ang circuit training ay isang uri ng workout kung saan sunod-sunod na ginagawa ang iba't ibang exercise na tinatawag na stations. Kaunti lamang ang pahinga sa pagitan ng bawat exercise. Ang bawat station ay nag-focus sa iba't ibang parte ng katawan, kaya nagiging balanced and effective ang workout. Nakakatulong ito para mas lumakas ang ating katawan, tumaas ang stamina at gumanda ang galaw ng katawan. Halimbawa ng station sa circuit training is jumping jacks, push-ups, squats, and set-up or planks. In addition, circuit training is a type of exercise where a person performs several movements one after another. Each exercise can be done for a specific time or a set of number of repetitions. Ang circuit training ay isang uri ng exercise kung saan sunod-sunod na ginagawa ang iba't ibang galaw ng exercise. Ang bawat exercise ay ginagawa lamang sa dagdang oras o sa ilang ulit ng bilang. So, layunin nito na mapagalaw ang iba't ibang parte ng katawan at makatulong para lumakas at maging mas active ang ating katawan. How does circuit training works? Circuit training is designed so that the different muscles group work alternately. When one muscles group is active, the other get time to recover. This help reduce fatigue and allow the workout to continue smoothly. A typical circuit usually include 5 to 10 exercises. Each exercise may last 30 to 60 seconds or be performed for a certain number of repetitions. So dito, ang mga exercise ay inaayos sa sunod-sunod na station. Bawat station ay may iba-ibang galaw para sa iba't ibang parte ng ating katawan. So dahil iba-iba ang muscle na ginagamit, may pagkakataon ng ibang parte ng katawan ay makakapagpahinga ng sandali, kaya hindi agad napapagod ang isang tao. So may dalawang uri ang circuits, a time circuits and a repetition-based circuits. So ang time circuit, exercise is performed for a specific amount of time. So dito sa time circuit is ang time ang ginabasihan. If 30 seconds lang ang binigay, kahit hindi po natapos yung one exercise, is magpuproceed ka na sa next exercise. Next is repetition-based circuit. In this circuit, each exercise has a fixed numbers of repetitions, such as 10 push-ups or 15 squats before moving to the next exercise. Sa repetition-based naman, is nag-base siya kung nakailang ulit ka na ba. May 5 benefits ang circuit training. First is improve cardiovascular fitness, moving quickly between exercise, keep the heart rate elevated, improving heart and lungs health. So kapag mabilis ang paglipat-lipat sa bawat exercise, tumataas ang tibok ng puso. Dahil dito, mas nagiging malakas at malusog ang puso at baga. Second is the build muscle endurance. Circuit training uses body weight, weights, or resistance band to strengthen muscles. So sa dito, ginagamit natin ang body weight natin, weight or resistance bands para palakasin ang kalamnan. Dahil sa paulit-ulit na exercise, nakakaya ng kalamnan na mas matagal ng trabaho nang hindi agad napapagod. Number 3 is time-efficient workout. Because rest time is short, a full body workout can be completed in a shorter times. So dahil maikli lang ang pahinga sa pagitan ng exercise, pwedeng tapusin ang katawan ng workout sa maikling oras, ibig sabihin, mas marami tayong magagawa sa mas kaunti ang oras. And number 4 is burns calories and fat. The fast-paced movement helps to burn more calories and may support weight losses. So dahil mabilis at tuloy-tuloy ang galaw sa circuit training, mas maraming calories ang nasusunog. So dahil dito, pwede rin itong makatulong sa pagbabawas ng timbang o fat losses. And the last is the flexible and adaptable. A circuit training can be adjusted depending on a person's fitness level, goals, and available equipment, making it suitable for beginner and experienced individuals. Pwedeng baguhin ang circuit training depende sa antas ng fitness, layunin at kagamitan na meron ng isang tao. Ibig sabihin, pwede itong gawin ng mga baguhan pa lang or may mga experience na sa workout at pwede rin itong i-modify kung anong equipment lang ang available. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. So, I will discuss all about benefits of circuit training. Second, setting up a circuit training routine, and the last one, sample circuit training routine. So there are 5 benefits of circuit training. So first is improves cardiovascular fitness. By moving quickly between exercises, your heart rate stays up, giving you a cardio workout alongside strength training. So ibig sabihin, ang circuit training ay nakakatulong sa pagpapalakas ng ating puso at baga. Dahil tuloy-tuloy ang paglipat sa bawat exercise at konti lang ang pahinga. So, tumataas ang heart rate natin, which is parang nagka-cardio workout ka na rin habang nag-strength training. Kaya mas nagiging healthy ang ating cardiovascular system. So, second is builds muscles endurance. Circuit training often includes body weight exercise, weights, or resistance bands, helping build muscle endurance and overall strength. So, ibig sabihin, nakakatulong din ang circuit training sa pagpapalakas ng muscles at sa pag-develop ng muscle endurance. So, madalas itong may kasamang body weight exercises, weight, o resistance bands, which is nakakatulong para mas tumagal ang lakas ng muscles kahit paulit-ulit ang galaw. So, third is time efficient. With minimal rest between exercises, circuit training packs a full body workout into a short period, making it a great option for busy people. So, ibig sabihin naman ito, ang circuit training ay magandang workout para sa mga taong busy. Dahil minimal lang ang rest sa bawat exercise, nakakapag full body workout ka kahit sa maikling oras, which is maraming parts ng katawan ang nag-exercise agad. So, fourth is burns calories and fat. The fast-paced nature of circuit training can help increase calorie burn, making it effective for those looking to lose weight or tone up. So, ibig sabihin naman ito ay dahil mabilis ang pacing ng circuit training, mas maraming calories ang nasusunog ng katawan, which is nakakatulong sa pag-burn ng fats at sa weight loss. Kaya magandang workout ito para sa mga gustong mag-tone ng katawan. So, last naman is flexible and versatile. You can easily adjust exercises based on your fitness level and available equipment, making it suitable for beginners and advanced athletes alike. So, ibig sabihin naman ito, ang circuit training ay flexible dahil pwede mong baguhin ang exercise depende sa fitness level mo o sa equipment na available, which is pwede ito sa beginners hanggang sa advanced athletes. So, now, let's proceed setting up a circuit training routine. So first is pick your exercises. Choose exercises that target different areas. Common examples include squats, lunges, push-ups, planks, burpees, and jumping jacks. So ibig sabihin, kailangan pumili ng mga exercises na tumatarget sa iba't ibang parts ng katawan. So halimbawa nito ay squats, lunges, push-ups, planks, burpees, at jumping jacks, which is nakakatulong para maging balance ang workout at maraming muscles ang nagagamit. So second is decide on time or reps. Choose whether you'll do each exercise for a set amount of time or a certain number of reps. So ibig sabihin, kailangan mong mag-decide kung gagawin mo ang bawat exercise based sa oras o sa number of repetitions. For example, pwede kang mag 30 seconds bawat exercise or kaya naman 10 to 15 reps bawat galaw. So third is plan rest period. Rest times between exercises can be adjusted based on fitness goals Short, shorter rest 10 to 15 seconds make it more intense, while longer rest 30 to 60 seconds help with recovery. So, ibig sabihin naman ito, importante rin ang pagplano ng rest time sa pagitan ng exercises. Kung shorter rest like 10 to 15 seconds, mas intense ang workout. Pero kung longer rest like 30 to 60 seconds, mas may time ang katawan para mag-recover. So, choose the number of rounds. Beginner might start with 1 to 2 rounds of the circuit, while more advanced athletes could aim for 3 to 5 rounds. So, ibig sabihin, ang beginners ay pwedeng magsimula sa 1 to 2 rounds ang circuit. So, habang ang mga mas sanay na sa workout ay pwedeng umabot ng 3 to 5 rounds para mas challenging. So, the last one is sample circuit training routine. So, here's an example of a simple full body circuit workout. So, first is squats for 45 seconds. Ang squats ay tumatarget sa legs at glutes, which is nakakatulong para mas lumakas ang lower body at ma-improve ang balance ng katawan. So, next is push-ups for 45 seconds. Ang push-ups naman ay magandang exercise para sa upper body dahil pinapalakas nito ang chest, arms, at shoulders. So, after that is jumping jacks for 45 seconds. Ito ay isang cardio exercise na nagpapataas ng heart rate, which is nakakatulong sa pag-improve ng cardiovascular fitness at sa pag-burn ng calories. So, then, plank for 45 seconds. Ang plank ay nakafocus sa core muscles tulad ng abdomen, which is importante para sa body stability at mas malakas na core. So, lastly is rest for 30 seconds. Importante ang rest time para makapag-recover ang katawan bago ulitin ang susunod na round ng exercise. So,
Is circuit training right for you? Circuit training is a type of exercise that combines strength and cardio works out in a short amount of time. It is a flexible because it can be done with or without equipment. And it is suitable for people with different fitness level. Ang circuit training ay isang uri ng ehersisyo na pinagsama-sama ang strength, lakas ng muscle at cardio. Ehersisyo para sa puso at paghinga sa maikling oras lang. Flexible ito kasi pwedeng gawin kahit may kagamitan o wala. Kaya bagay ito sa iba't ibang fitness level kahit beginner o sanay na mag-ehersisyo. These types of workout helps improve muscular endurance, cardiovascular fitness, and burn calories. However, it can be challenging, so it is important to start at a level that matches your fitness ability and improve gradually. Exercise selection. Choose different exercise that target various muscles groups such as a lower body, upper body, core, and cardio. Ang exercise selection ay pumipili ng iba't ibang ehersisyo na tumatarget sa iba't ibang bahagi ng katawan tulad ng lower body, binti at balakang, upper body, braso, balikat, dibdib, core, tiyan at gitna ng katawan at cardio. Mga ehersisyong nagpapabilis ng tibok ng puso. Nakakatulong ito para maging balanse ang pag-ensayo ng buong katawan. Duration reps. Perform each exercise for 30 to 60 seconds or 15 to 15 repetition. Ang duration reps, tagal o bilang ng ulit ay gagawin ang bawat ehersisyo ng 30 to 60 segundo o 15 to 10 ulit at depende sa uri ng ehersisyo. Rest period. Rest 30 to 10 seconds between exercise and 1 to 2 minutes between full round. Rest periods, panahon ng paghinga, magpahinga ng 10 to 30 segundo sa pagitan ng bawat ehersisyo at 1 to 2 minutes pagkatapos makumpleto ang isang buong round ng circuit. Circuit rounds, beginners should do 1 to 2 rounds while advanced individuals can do 3 to 5 rounds. Intensity adjustment. Increase difficulty by adding weight, increasing reps or time, or reducing rest periods. Circuits rounds, bilang ng ikot ng circuits, beginner, 1 to 2 rounds lamang muna. Mas advanced, maaring gawin ang 3 to 5 rounds. And intensity adjustment, pagtaas ng hirap ng ehersisyo. Maaring gawin mas mahirap ang workout sa pamagitan ng pagdaragdag ng weight, pagdaragdag ng bilang ng ulit, reps o oras, pagbawas ng oras at paghinga. Some for circuit training routine. Circuit training is a workout where different exercises are done one after another with short rest periods. It helps improve strength, endurance, and overall fitness. Number 1, beginner circuit. This is for people who are just starting to exercise. Bodyweight squats, push-up, mountain climbers, glute bridges, bicycles, crunches. Instructions. Do each exercise for 30 seconds. Rest for 15 seconds between exercise. Repeat for 2 seconds and rest 1 minute between rounds. Number 2, intermediate strength and cardio. This level is for people who already have some workout experience. Exercise, jump squats, dumbbell shoulder press, Russian twist, lunges, each leg, bar fist, and instructions. Do each exercise for 50 seconds, rest for 20 seconds between exercise, and complete 3 to 4 rounds, and rest 1 to 2 minutes between rounds. Ang intermediate strength and cardio ay para sa mga konting may experience na sa pag-ehersisyo. Ang mga exercise, jump squats, squat na may kasamang talon, dumbbell shoulder press, pag-angat ng dumbbell para sa balikat, Russian twist, pag-ikot ng katawan para sa tiyan, lunges, hakbang pasulong na nagpapalakas sa hita at binti, bar fist, kombinasyon ng squat, push-up at talon. Paano ba ito gagawin? Gawin ang bawat exercise ng 40 seconds, magpahinga ng 20 seconds bawat exercise at tapusin ang 3 to 4 rounds, then magpahinga ng 1 to 2 minutes bawat rounds. Tips for successful circuit training. Use good form. Perform exercise correctly to avoid injury. Modify when we needed. Adjust the exercise based on your fitness level. Track progress. Record your reps, weight, or rounds to see improvement. Be consistent. Do circuit training.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hisham A. Mukhalid, our fourth reporter. So let's proceed and how this Fitnofly work. Fitnofly is a simple to set up and play. Here's a basic overview of the gameplay mechanics. So we have 5. So number 1, setting up the board. So letter A, the Fitnofly board can be print, draw on a poster, or set up digitally on the table or laptop. So Fitnofly board can be printed. So pwede mo siyang i-print or i-draw on a poster. And especially is pwede mo siyang gamitin as a digitally on a table or laptop. So pwede kayo doon mag laro or mag exercise. So letter B, Each space on the board has a different exercise or fitness challenge such as a squat, push-up, burpees, or plank. So, bawat space ay mayroong exercise na nakalagay. Or fitness challenge such as meron tayong squats, push-up, burpees, or planks. So, yan yung mga spaces na nakalagay doon sa bawat space. So, letter C, just like a Monopoly, will have a start or go position. So, ni-compare nila ito sa Monopoly na may start or go position. So, doon mag-start yung player. So, let's proceed in number 2, game, pieces, and dice. So, letter A, player use small token like coins or marker to present themselves on the board. So, ang player ay gumagamit ng like coins or marker to present para yun yung magiging character nila doon sa game na yon. So, letter B, standard 6-side die is ruled to determine how many space player move on each turn. So, ang dice ay may standard na number na 1 to 6 number para kapag ni-roll yun ng isang player is malalaman niya kung ilan ba yung number na nakukuha niya sa example, 4. So, 4 spaces din yung mamumove sa turn niya. So, proceed naman tayo sa number 3, landing on space. So, letter A, when a player land on a space, they must complete the exercise assigned to the space. So, kapag yung isang player is nalagay sa space na yun na may exercise, so kailangan niyang gawin yung exercise na doon nakalagay sa space na yon. So, proceed naman tayo sa adjustable intensity. So, Fitnopoly allow for easy adjustment. Beginners might reduce reps while advanced player hold. So, ang Fitnopoly ay pwede mag-adjust ang hirap ng exercise depende sa kakaya ng isang player. Kung baguhan, pwedeng bawasan ang repetition. So, kung sanay o advanced, pwede dagdagan ang repetition o oras. Ang bawat exercise ay may nakatakdang bilang o oras na dapat gawin ng isang player. Let's proceed in number 4, special spaces. Fitnopoly can include a special space like rest day, a free turn without exercise, double trouble, double the reps for the turn, or water break, a chance to grab a drink. So ang Fitnopoly may mga special space na may kakaibang rule. So, example na mga special space. So, yun nga, rest day. So, libre ang turn mo at wala kang gagawing exercise. So, double trouble, madodoble yung mga repetition ng exercise sa turn na iyon. So, water break. May pagkakataon kang uminom muna ng tubig at magpahinga sandali. Letter B, some versions also have a chance or change space where a player draw a card with a surprise exercise or chance like 20 seconds plank or run and place for 1 minute. So, may ibang version lang din ang Fitnopoly na may chance or challenge space. Kapag napunta ka rito, bumunot ka ng card na may surprise exercise o challenge. So, yun na halimbawa or example, 20-second plank. Magpa-plank ka ng 20 seconds sa turn mo. And run and place for 1 minute. So, tatakbo ka sa lugar mo ng 1 minute. So, kailangan mo matapos yung 1 minute bago ka makaturn sa other space. So, proceed naman tayo sa number 5, winning the game. The game can end after the certain number of rounds or when a player reaches a set number or points. Player earn points by competing exercise, and they can add more difficulty or repetition or 4 extra points. So, ito sa winning the game. So, maaaring matapos ng laro pagkatapos ng ilang rounds o kapag isang manlalaro ay umabot na sa takdang points. So, kapag isang player ay umabot na sa points na iyon, so pwede pa siyang maaari siyang dumagdag ng exercise. Maaari dumagdag ng exercise, repetition para madagdagan yung kanilang points. Or for example, kapag 10 push up, so pwede sila magdagdag ng pwede nilang gawing 15 push up para madagdagan yung kanilang points. So other example, no? Yun nga, mga planks. So pwede lang gawing 25 para madagdagan yung points na makukuha nila. So sa letter B, another option is to play for a set time, 30 minutes, and see who completes the most space or earn the highest points by the end. So sa letter B naman is sa pang paraan ay maglaro sa loob ng tagdang oras. Halimbawa 30 minutes. Pagkatapos ng oras, ang player na may pinakamaraming points or natapos na mga space ay or may pinakamataas na points ang mananalo sa game na iyon. Proceed naman tayo sa benefits of Fitnopoly. So number 1, make exercise fun. Fitnopoly turns workout into a game, making it deal for people who find traditional exercise routine boring. So, ginagawang masaya ang pag-exercise, no? Dinadaan to sa play para hindi maging boring yung exercise. Fitnopoly ay ginagawang parang laro ang pag-exercise dahil may board, dice at iba't ibang challenges. Hindi to nakakabagot or hindi to nakaka-boring tulad ng normal na exercise routine. So, example, kung mapunta ka sa player ng sa space na 10 squats, kailangan niyang gawin yung exercise na yun para hindi sila maboring. So, kumbaga, yung benefits nito is para hindi maboring yung isang player is dinadaan nila sa dice para mention naman para hindi boring yung exercise. Number 2, versatile and customizable. Players can customize Fitnopoly based on fitness level, goals, and performance. The board can feature body weight, exercise, strength, or even yoga poses depending on what the group enjoys. So, maaaring baguhin or i-adjust ng mga player ang Fitnopoly depende sa kanilang fitness goals or fitness level and goals at ang mga gusto nilang exercise. Pwede nilang lagyan ng body weight exercise tulad ng squats at push up, stretching or kahit yoga poses depende ko saan nag-enjoy yung groups. So let's proceed. And number 3, encourage social interaction. Fitnopoly is a great for friends, families, or workout partner as it turns exercise into a shared competitive exercise. It's a fun way to work out together and a little friendly competition motivation can increase. So, to the word social interaction. So, ini-enhance dito yung mga pinapataas nito yung pakikisama natin sa ibang tao like yung friend, relatives, families, no? Ang Fitnopoly ay magandang laro para sa magkakaibigan or family.
Benefits of fitnology. So, ano ba yung mga benefits of fitnopoly? Fitnopoly is a Finnish game experienced by the game Monopoly, but instead of being players complete physical experience and health classes. So bakit siya tinatawag na ganun? So, ang Fitnopoly ay isang game na Monopoly. Sa larong ito, ang mga manlalaro ay gumagawa ng iba't ibang action at hamon sa kalusugan habang naglalaro. So, number 1, encourage physical activity. Players perform exercises such as jumping or squat or running when a help improve physical fitness. So, ang physical fitness is naikayat ang pag-action, gumagawa ang mga manlalaro ng mga action tulad ng jumping or jump or squat at pagtakbo na nakakatulong sa pagpapalakas ng katawan. So, kailangan doon kasi na mag-protest health competition, play complaint when a friend or classmate when influence them to stay active and do their best. Magkaroon ng magandang diskarte, planuhin ang iyong galaw at isipin ang susunod na hakbang para mas makalamang sa laro. So kung gusto mo yung maglaro ng or anong klaseng laro, guys, ano na yung volleyball. So kailangan mo talaga pag-aralan kung kaya mo ba sumabay sa kanila para naman mas better yung laro nyo. And then, mas magumising yung isipan mo at sundan mo yung mga hakbang kung ano yung gagawin nila, ganun din ang gagawin mo. So, like, gusto nila mag-tumbling, so mag-tumbling ka din. Igalaw-galaw yung katawan natin.
Good day everyone, and assalamualaikum. My name is Adhar Muhaimin Pakil. So let's talk about the resistance training. Ang resistance training ay tinatawag din na strength or weight training. Ay isang uri ng exercise kung saan ang muscles natin ay nagwo-work laban sa isang force o resistance. Ang goal nito ay para lumakas ang muscles, tumaas ang endurance at maging mas fit ang katawan. Kung gusto niyo ng abs or magandang biceps, makinig kayo sa akin. Ang halimbawa ng resistance training ay pagbubuhat ng dumbbells Kapag nagbubuhat ka ng dumbbells, ibig sabihin lumalakas ang resistance mo. Paggamit ng resistance bands, paggamit ng gym machine, o kahit sariling body weight tulad ng pag-push up. Lahat nito ay uri o gawain mo para lumakas ang resistance mo. Or kung gusto mong maging body fit ang katawan mo, mag-proper exercise ka. Ngayon naman, pag-uusapan natin kung paano gumagana ang resistance training. Una ay ang muscles contraction. Kapag nagbubuhat tayo ng weight, kumukontra o sumisikip ang muscles natin para maitulak o mahila ang weight. Kapag paulit-ulit itong ginagawa, lalakas at lalaki ang muscles. Pangalawa ay ang progressive overload. Ibig sabihin nito ay dahan-dahang pagdagdag ng hirap sa workout, tulad ng pagdagdag ng weight. Kung nakasanayan mong konti lang or hindi ganun kabigat, pwede mong dagdagan yung weight na dinadala mo para mas lalo kang lumakas. Pagdagdag ng repetition or pagtaas ng intensity exercise. Mayroon ding 3 uri ng muscles contraction. Una ay concentric contraction, kung saan umiikli ang muscles habang nagbubuhat ng weight. Halimbawa, kapag inaangat ang dumbbells banda sa biceps mo, ang lumalakas at nagiging body fit siya or attractive siya sa ibang girls. In short, nagiging biceps curl, biceps na. Pangalawa ay eccentric contraction, kung saan humahaba ang muscles habang ibinababa ang weight. Pangatlo ay isomic contraction, kung saan nakahold lang ang muscles sa isang posisyon nang hindi gumagalaw tulad ng plank. In short, ang resistance training ay mahalaga dahil nakakatulong ito na palakasin ang muscles, mapabuti ang endurance, at mapanatiling healthy ang katawan. So, yun lang po. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Baidiva Angkal Sugado, and let's talk about the types of muscle construction and types of resistance training, and also the benefits of resistance training. So let's proceed of muscles contraction. So we have 3 types of muscles construction. First, we have a concentric. So muscles shorten as they lift a weight. Like example, lifting a dumbbell in a bicep curl. So, ito yung active part ng exercise kung saan nilalabanan mo ang gravity. Dahil mas malakas ang force ng muscles natin kaysa sa bigat ng dumbbell. Dahil nito, ang buto kaya nagkakaroon ng movement. So, second is eccentric. Muscles lengthen under the tension. So, it's like example, lowering a dumbbell back down in a bicep curl. So, tinatawag din itong negative move. Hindi lang basta-basta hinahayaan mahulog ang weight, dahan-dahan mo itong binababa para hindi mabigla ang katawan natin. So, kahit humaba ang muscles, working pa rin ito para pigilan ang gravity. Last is isometric. Muscle hold a static position. So, pantay ang lakas ng muscles natin at ang bigat ng dala natin, kaya walang motion na nangyayari kahit pagod na tayo at manginginig, hindi gumagalaw ang joint natin. So that's the 3 types of muscle construction. So let's proceed to the types of resistance training. So first is body weight exercise. Use your own body as a resistance exercise are convenient because they don't require such as push-ups, squat, and plank. Body weight equipment and can be done anywhere. So, it means ginagamit mo ang sarili mong mass bilang resistance. Halimbawa, push-ups, squat, at plank. So, ito ang pinaka-accessible na training dahil zero equipment ang kailangan. Perfect ito para makabuo ng baseline strength at pwede mong gawin kahit saan. So, ito yung mga example ng body weight exercise. So, ito yung dapat na gawin. So, let's proceed to the free weight. This include dumbbells, kettlebells, and barbells. Free weight allow for
full range of motion and require balance, making them effective for building strength and stability. So, paggamit ng hand-led object gaya ng dumbbells, kettlebells, o barbell. So, hindi gaya ng machine, hindi ito nakakabit sa kahit ano. Dahil dito, napupwersa ang iyong stabilizer muscles na nagtratrabaho or gumagalaw ng husto para manatiling steady ang weight. Ang resulta, mas magandang balance at natural na galaw. So, ito yung mga example ng mga exercise ng pre-weight. So, ito sila. So, let's proceed to the resistant band. Band provide constant tension, challenging muscles in both direction of movement. They are lightweight, portable, and come in different resistance levels. So, it means paggamit ng elastic band na lalong bumibigat habang hinahatak ito. So, it means nagbibigay ito na tinatawag na progressive tension. Sobrang gaan dahil portable at nagbibigay ng resistance sa same direction, paghila at pag-release. Kaya laging active ang muscles natin sa buong exercise. So, ito naman yung mga example niya. Ito siya. So, ito yung kailangan sa kailangan sa resistance band. So, next is weight machine. Machine in gym help guide movement, making it easier for beginners to focus on form. Machine are also helpful for isolating specific muscles. So, mga gamit sa gym na may sinusunod na fixed spot or limitadong galaw. Ito ang nagsisilbing training wheel sa gym dahil nakaguide na ang galaw ng machine, mas safe ito para sa mga beginners. So, maganda rin ito para i-isolate o tutukan ang isang specific na muscles nang hindi mo nararamdaman or iniinda ang balance. So, ito yung mga examples niya. Ito siya. So, next is functional resistance training. This combine strength exercise with movement that mimic everyday action like lunges with twice a farmer's carry in build strength for daily activities. So, mga exercise na kumukopya sa mga galaw natin sa totoong buhay. Halimbawa, pagbubuhat ng mabibigat na grocery or ano. Ang focus nito ay movement patterns. Imbis na muscles lang, inihahanda nito ang katawan sa mga physical demand ng daily life, gaya ng pag-abot sa mataas na shelf or pagbubuhat ng maliliit na bagay. So, ito naman yung mga example niya. So, ito yung types of resistance training. Yun sila lahat. So, let's proceed to the benefits of resistance training. So, we have build muscle strength. Resistance training strength muscles by making them work harder, which help you lift, carry, and perform daily tasks with ease. So, it means pinapalakas nito ang muscles natin para sa mga daily tasks na ginagawa natin. Kapag nagbubuhat tayo, nagkakaroon ng tiny tears, maliliit na punit-punit ang muscles natin. Pag nire-repair ito ng body, mas tumitibay sila. Kaya pag strong tayo, siyempre, madali lang sa atin magbuhat ng mabibigat na gawain. So, next is boost metabolism. Muscles burn more calories, address that fat. So, building muscles can help increase metabolism, which is helpful for weight management. So, mas mabilis kang mag-burn ng calories kahit natutulog ka lang. So, ang muscles kasi ay expensive tissue. Ibig sabihin, kailangan ng body ng calories para i-maintain ito kumpara sa fat. So, the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn naturally. So let's proceed to the bone health. Resistance training reducing the risk of osteoporosis and bone fracture as we age. So, it means pinapatibay ang buto para hindi ito maging marupok. Gaya ng muscles, ang buto ay tumitibay din. Nagiging denser kapag na-stress sa resistance. Importante ito habang tumatanda tayo para iwas sa osteoporosis o madaling pagkabali ng buto. So, next is enhance joint health and stability. Strong muscles around joints support and protect them, which can reduce the risk of injury. So, pinoprotektahan ng joint natin sa pamamagitan ng pagpapalakas ng support system sa paligid nito. Isipin natin na ang muscles ay shock absorbers ng ating joint. Kapag malakas ang muscle sa paligid ng tuhod o balikat, nababawasan ng pressure sa mismong joint, kaya less ang risk na ma-injury ka. So, let's proceed to the bone health. Resistance training reducing the risk of osteoporosis and bone fracture as we age. So, it means pinapatibay ang buto para hindi ito maging marupok. Gaya ng muscles, ang buto ay tumitibay din. Nagiging denser kapag na-stress sa resistance. Importante ito habang tumatanda tayo para iwas sa osteoporosis o madaling pagkabali ng buto. So yun yung mga benefits ng resistance training. So, that's all. Thank you!
Resistance training ay isang uri ng exercise kung saan gumagamit tayo ng resistance tulad ng weights, katawan natin o bands para palakasin ang muscles. Ito ay simple guide para sa beginners kung paano gumawa ng effective workout plan para maging mas strong ang katawan at ma-develop ang muscles. Target major muscle groups. So first, we have legs. Ang legs muscles ay tumutulong sa paglakad, pagtakbo, pagtalon at pagbalance ng katawan. Pinapalakas nito ang lower body. Next is back. Ang back muscles naman ay importante para sa good posture at sa pagyuko o pagbuhat ng mga bagay. Next, we have chest. Ang chest muscles ay ginagamit kapag nagtutulak tayo ng bagay tulad ng paggawa ng push-ups. Next is arms. Ang arms tulad ng biceps or triceps ay tumutulong sa pagbuhat, paghila at pagtulak ng objects. Next, we have shoulders. So, ang shoulder muscles naman ay nagbibigay ng movement sa arms tulad ng pagtaas at pag-ikot ng braso. Next is core. Ang core muscles na nasa abdomen at lower back ay nagbibigay ng balance, stability at suporta sa katawan. Examples ng exercise ay squats, lunges, and push-ups na tumutulong para palakasin ang mga muscles group na ito. Reps and sets. Ang reps or repetitions ay kung ilang beses mong ulitin ang isang exercise habang ang sets naman ay kung ilang rounds ng reps ang gagawin mo. So, strength, 3 to 6 reps or 3 to 5 sets. Ito ay para sa pagpapalakas ng muscles. Mas mabigat ang weight pero mas kaunti ang repetitions. So, hypertrophy, 8 to 12 reps or 3 to 4 sets. Ito naman ay para sa muscles growth o pagpapalaki ng muscles. Endurance, 12 to 20 reps o 2 to 3 sets. Ito ay para sa muscle stamina para mas tumagal ang muscles mo sa pagtrabaho kahit maraming repetitions. Rest between sets. Ito ang pahinga sa pagitan ng sets. Karaniwang 1 to 2 minutes rest between sets para makabawi ang muscles. Sa endurance workouts, mas maikli lang ang pahinga, mga 30 seconds para masanay ang katawan sa tuloy-tuloy na activity. Ito naman ay kung ilang beses ka mag-workout sa isang linggo. Recommended na 2 to 3 resistance training sessions per week. Sa beginners, mas okay ang full body workouts, ibig sabihin kung buong katawan ang tinitrain sa isang session. Sa advanced naman, pwede na split by muscle groups, halimbawa isang araw chest, ibang araw legs. Gradually. Importante na dahan-dahan ang pag-progress sa workout. Magsimula sa manageable weight at siguraduhin na tama ang form ng exercise. Habang lumalakas ka, pwede mong dagdagan ng weight, reps o sets para mas ma-challenge ang muscles. Sample beginner routine. Example ito ng simple workout para sa beginners. Body weight squats, 10 to 12 reps para sa legs. Push-ups, 8 to 10 reps para sa chest at arms. Dumbbell rows, 10 to 12 reps para sa back. Plank, 30 seconds para sa core. Glute bridge, 10 to 12 reps para sa glutes. Ito ay basic routine na makakatulong para palakasin ang buong katawan lalo na kung nagsisimula ka palang mag-workout.
Good day everyone, especially to Sir Saiden. My name is Yasser Kaipendi and my topic for today is tips for effective resistance training, and is resistance training right for you? Tips for effective resistance training. Number 1. Warm up first. Start with a 5 to 10 minutes warm up to prepare the muscles and reduce the risk of injury. Number 2. Focus on form. Maintain a proper body position and movement to prevent injuries and make the exercise more effective. Number 3. Listen to your body. Muscle soreness is normal, but if you feel sharp pain, stop and rest to avoid injury. Number 4. Stay consistent. Regular resistance training several times a week helps improve strength and fitness. Number 5. Track your progress. Record your weights, sets, and repetition to monitor improvement and stay motivated. Is resistance training right for you? Resistance training is beneficial exercise for people of all ages because it helps build strength, improve muscle tone, and support overall health. Beginners can start with simple exercise and gradually increase intensity to stay active and maintain a healthy lifestyle.
Hi everyone, I'm Nurjana Ibrahim Taaral. Let's talk about the dynamic training. So what is dynamic training? Dynamic training is a type of exercise where the body keeps moving through different motions. The movements are controlled and active, which helps warm up the muscles and joints before doing physical activities or sports. So let's proceed to benefits of dynamic training. We have 5 benefits. Number 1, improve flexibility in movements, helps muscle and joints move more easily. Number 2, improves balance and coordination, helps the body move smoothly and stay balanced. Number 3, warm ups the muscles, increase blood flow and prepares the body for exercise. Number 4, improve strength and performance, helps the body move faster and stronger during activities. Number 5, helps prevent injuries, prepare the muscles and joints so they are less likely to get hurt.
So, good day everyone and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. I am Francis Manampon Sundania, reporting Group 3. And our topic for today is all about key elements of dynamic training and type of dynamic training exercises. Ang key element of dynamic training, ito ang mga mahalagang bahagi para maging effective ang training. Ang type of dynamic training exercises naman, ito naman ang iba't ibang uri ng galaw o exercises na ginagawa sa dynamic training. So, number 1, key elements of dynamic training. Key elements of dynamic training are the important components or factors that make dynamic training effective and safe to perform. So, class, kapag sinabi natin key elements of dynamic training, ito yung mga mahalagang bagay na kailangan para maging maayos at effective ang training. So, halimbawa, number 1, kailangan may proper movement, tamang galaw ng katawan. So, number 2, warm up, paghahanda ng muscles bago mag-exercise. Number 3, balance and coordination, control sa galaw ng katawan. And number 4, speed and flexibility, kakayahan ng muscles na gumalaw ng mabilis at flexible. So, kapag nasunod ang mga elements na ito, ay mas magiging safe at effective ang dynamic training. So, dito naman tayo sa type of dynamic training exercises. So, type of dynamic training exercises refers to the different kind of exercises that involve continuous body movement to improve strength, flexibility, and coordination. So, class, ang type of dynamic training exercises naman ay tumutukoy sa iba't ibang klase ng exercises na may kasamang galaw ng katawan. Hindi ito tulad ng static exercises na nakatigil lang. So, halimbawa ng dynamic exercises ay number 1, jumping jacks, then number 2, high knees, number 3, lunges, number 4, arms circles, number 5, leg swings. So, yun po yung mga halimbawa ng dynamic exercises. So, that's all. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, my name is Nabiki Balmoya. Good morning especially to Sir Saidan.
What is dynamic training? Dynamic training is a type of exercise that involves continuous movement of muscle and joint throughout a full range of motion. It improves strength, flexibility, coordination, and endurance. Unlike a static exercise, holding one position, dynamic training keeps your body moving and active. Sample of dynamic training exercise. Number 1, jumping jack. Jumping jack, start standing straight. Jump while you're spreading your legs and raising your arms. Return to starting position. Repeat for 30 seconds, 30 to 60 seconds. Number 2 is walking lunge. Step forward into a lunge position. Lower your body until both knees are bent. Push up and step forward with the one other leg. Continue walking. Number 3 is high knee. Run a place while lifting your knees as high as possible. Swing your arms naturally. Do it for 30 seconds. Number 4, arm circles. Extend arms to side. Rotate them in a small then large circles. Do it forward and backward circles. Number 5, body weight squat. Stand with the feet shoulder wide apart. Bend knees and lower tips. Return to standing. Number 4, dynamic training right for you. Dynamic training is a good if you want to. If you want to improve overall fitness, increase mobility and flexibility, boost aesthetic performance, burn calories and fat, prepare your body before a sports or workouts. It is sustainable for student, athlete, beginner with a low intensity first. People who wants to active workout instead of stational. Number 4, dynamic training right for you. Dynamic training is a good if you want to. If you want to improve overall fitness, increase mobility and flexibility, boost aesthetic performance, burn calories and fat, prepare your body before a sports or workouts. It is sustainable for student, athlete, beginner with a low intensity first. People who wants to active workout instead of stational.
Hello everyone, I'm Yasmin G. Maonte, and in this video we'll talk about the Tabata and the science behind Tabata kung bakit siya effective. So, ang Tabata training is a type of high-intensity interval training or mas kilala sa tawag na HIIT, na na-discover ito ng Japanese scientist na si Izumi Tabata during his research at Ryomekan University.
In his research in 1996, he studied how very intense short workout affect the body.
And doon niya din na-discover na kahit maiksi lang yung workout, kapag mataas yung intensity, kaya nitong i-improve yung endurance, strength, and cardiovascular fitness. At now, pag-usapan naman natin kung paano ginagawa yung Tabata workout. Napakasimple lang yung structure niya. Meron siyang 20 seconds exercise, yan yung full effort talaga, and 10 second rest. Then, uulitin mo ito ng 8 rounds. So, mukha lang siya madaling pakinggan, pero actually, sobrang intense niya. Kasi, kailangan mo ibigay yung maximum effort mo sa bawat 20 seconds na iyon. Marami kang pwedeng gawin na exercise sa Tabata tulad ng squat, push-up, burpees, jumping jack, and mountain climbers. Pwede ka rin gumamit ng isang exercise lang or pwede mo ring paghalo-haluin yung iba't ibang exercises para maging full body workout siya. Kaya maganda siya for improving strength, endurance, at cardio. And now let's talk about the science behind Tabata. So, when you do Tabata, your body is pushed to perform at maximum intensity. This means your body needs more oxygen and energy, which makes your heart rate go up very fast. Because of this, your body burns a lot of calories during the workout. But here's the interesting part. Even after workout ends, your body continues burning calories. This is called the excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, also known as EPOC or the afterburn effect. Ibig sabihin nito, after ng intense workout, kailangan pa rin ng body mo ng extra oxygen para makarecover. Kaya kahit tapos na yung exercise, patuloy-tuloy pa rin yung pag-burn ng calorie ng katawan mo. So, ano-ano nga ba yung mga benefits na nakukuha natin in Tabata training? First, nakaka-improve siya ng cardiovascular fitness, meaning mas nagiging healthy yung heart mo. Second, nakakatulong siya sa muscle strength. And third, nakaka-burn siya ng maraming calories in a short time, kaya effective siya sa fat loss. And lastly, dahil 4 minutes lang yung workout, sobrang time efficient niya, lalo na sa mga busy na tao. So, to summarize, ang Tabata training is a short but very intense workout na tumatagal lang ng 4 minutes, pero nagbibigay ng maraming benefits sa iyong katawan because of its high intensity and the afterburn effect. Nakakatulong ito sa improving strength, endurance, at overall fitness. Kaya kahit maiksi lang yung oras niya, proven by science na effective talaga yung Tabata training.
So, good day everyone. Today I'm gonna discuss about benefits of Tabata training and how to structure Tabata workout. So first, I'm gonna discuss about benefits of Tabata training. So, meron tayong 6 benefits of Tabata training. So first is sun efficient. Tabata's 4-minute structure make it quick and easy to fit in the busy schedule, while still delivering a full body workout. So, ang ibig sabihin nito is, ang Tabata ay usually 4 minutes lang bawat set. Pero kahit maikli, effective pa rin siya para sa buong katawan natin. So, ang halimbawa nito is, kahit busy ka sa school, pwede kang kahit 4 minutes jumping jack or squat, makakapag-exercise ka na agad kahit maiksi lang ang So, next is boost metabolism. The high intensity intervals speed up the metabolism, helping to burn calories during and after the workout. So, ang boost metabolism ay yung proseso ng katawan kung paano nag-burn yung calories natin. So, dahil mataas ang intensity ng tabata, mas mabilis kang makaka-burn ng calories kahit tapos na ang workout. So, ang example nito is kapag nagtabata ka ng burpees for 4 minutes, patuloy pa rin nag-burn yung calories ng katawan mo kahit nagpapahinga ka na. So, number 3 is improves cardiovascular fitness. The intense bursts of activity help improve heart and lungs function inside. So, nakakatulong ang tabata para lumakas ang puso at baga dahil sa mabilis na intense ng exercise natin. So, ang example nito is kung ginagawa mo ang high knees or jumping jack sa tabata, mapapansin mo na bumibilis ang tibok ng puso at habang tumatagal, mas nagiging malakas ang stamina mo. So, number 4 is increased strength and endurance. Tabata exercise typically involves body weight or resistance exercise which build muscle and boost endurance. So, ang tabata exercise ay kadalasan gumagamit ng body weight, kaya kakatulong ito sa pagpapalakas ng muscles at stamina. So, ang example nito is kung ang tabata exercise mo ay squat, lalakas ang legs at thigh mo habang tumatagal. So, number 5 is requires no equipment. Most tabata exercise like squat, lunge, or burpees use body weight, so it's easy to do at home or everywhere with a little space. So, ang ibig sabihin nito is hindi mo kailangan ng gym equipment para gawin ng tabata. Body weight lang ang kailangan. So, for example, pwede kang magtabata gamit lang ang mga exercise tulad ng push-up, squats, lunges, jumping jacks. Kahit sa bahay o sa classroom space, pwede mo itong gawin. So, the last one is adaptable for all fitness levels. While intense, tabata exercise can be modified to fit a beginner or advanced athlete's needs. So, ibig sabihin, ang adaptable for all fitness level ay pwede siya sa beginner hanggang sa advanced athletes. Dahil pwede mong baguhin ang difficulty ng exercise. So, for example is, ang beginner slow squat. So, ang advanced jump squat, pareho pa rin tabata, pero mas madali o mas mahirap depende sa level mo. So, next, I'm gonna discuss about how to structure a tabata workout. So, may papakita ang mga picture para mas maintindihan yung lahat. So, first is warm up. So, start with a 5 or 10 minutes warm up to prepare the muscles and joints. This could include light jogging, arm circles, or dynamic strength. So, this is the example of warm up. So, next is select exercises. Choose a 1 to 4 exercises for each 4 minutes tabata session. You can focus on a single exercise or alternate between 2 or more exercises for so meaning, pipili ka ng 4 na exercises tulad ng squat, push-up, lunges, jumping jack. So, number 3 is follow the 20 to 10 rules. Perform the exercise at high intensity for 20 seconds, then rest for 10 seconds. Repeat this for a total of 8 rounds 4 minutes. So, meaning, ipapalo mo daw yung 20 to 10 rules. So, ito ang pinaka-rules ng tabata. So, ang 20 seconds is exercise. So, ang 10 seconds naman is rest. So, uulitin mo to ng 8 rounds para maging 4 minutes. So, ang example is 20 seconds jumping jack. And then, 10 seconds yung rest mo. So, i-repeat mo lang hanggang 8 rounds. So, number 4 is rest between sets. After each tabata set, take a 1 minute rest before starting the next set. This recovery period helps prevent fatigue and prepares the body for the next round. So, meaning, pagkatapos ng isang 4 minutes tabata set, magpapahinga ka ng 1 minute bago magsimula ulit para maiwasan natin yung over fatigue. So, next is cool down. And with a 5 minutes cool down, including stretching or light activity to help relax the muscles and bring the heart rate down. So, ang meaning naman ng cool down is pagkatapos doon natin mag-workout, kailangan natin ng cool down para bumalik sa normal ang ating heartbeat. So, ang example ng cool down is yung stretching, focus slowly, and last is deep stretching. So, next is inchworm. Stand tall, bend at the hip, and walk. Your hand forward in the plank position, then walk your feet toward your front. 8 inchworm strength. The hamstring activate the core and warm up the upper body. So, ang example ng inchworm is parang naglalakad ka gamit ang kamay at paa sa floor habang nakastense ang katawan mo. So, next is lateral lunge. Step to the side and lowering the lunge position, keeping one leg straight and the other bent. This movement strengthens the inner thigh and improves lateral mobility. Example nito is parang side step na may squat sa isang side. So, the last one is arm swing. Stand with arms at your side and swing them across your chest and back out wide, crossing one arm the other each time. This exercise loosens the chest and shoulder muscles. So, ang example naman nito is parang nag-open at close ang arms mo habang nakatayo. So, that's all everyone. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. So firstly, I am Rasid W. Sulaiman. Now let us proceed to the sample Tabata workout routine. So ang sample Tabata workout routine is ito yung kumbaga high intensity interval training, which means it's HIIT. So ibig sabihin ito yung exercise na kung saan mabilis siya, so hindi siya mabagal, so kasi in short yung kanyang time, and after that is meron naman siyang rest time, so ang pattern nitong exercise is naka 20 seconds and 10 plus seconds rest, which is mas mahaba yung time ng exercise kumpara sa time ng rest time, so and then 8 rounds natin uulitin, then yung kanyang kabuuan time is nasa 4 minutes each exercise, so yun. So this is a simple full body Tabata routine that includes body weight exercise. So exercises, so the first one is high knees. So paano ba ito gawin? So firstly, tatayo tayo ng matuwid and then tatakbo tayo, kung saan yung ating tuhod is papunta sa dibdib. For example, ganito siya. And then sa exercise na yan is meron nakatakdang oras, so sa each exercise is meron tayong 20 seconds exercises or di kaya 20 seconds time, 20 seconds time, and then meron naman 10 seconds rest time, so and after that uulitin lang siya hanggang sa 8 rounds, maabot natin 8 rounds, and then hanggang din sa maabot yung 4 minutes, And the second one is squats, so paano naman ito gawin? So ang squat is ito yung kumbaga tatayo tayo ng nakahiwalay yung paa natin, kumbaga shoulder width, so and then yuyuko tayo pababa, na kung saan para tayong uupo sa upuan, and then after that is babalik naman tayo sa pagtayo, so yun. So ganun din yung kanyang time, so 20 seconds yung exercise and 10 seconds yung rest time, so until maabot natin yung 8 rounds, and then dapat ma-meet din yung 4 minutes na time. Like for example, ganito siya, no? So the third one is push-ups, no? So paano naman ito gawin, no? So ibig sabihin, push-ups is so put your arm to floor, no? So and then straight natin yung ating katawan, no? So siguro marunong din naman tayo mag-push up, no? So alam nyo rin yan kasi normal na sa atin yung pag-push up, no? So like for example, ganito siya, no? Same din sila ng time, no? Kagaya ng nasa number 1, number 2, no? So same din sila ng oras. So, the last one is mountain climbers, no? So paano naman ito gawin yung mountain climbers? No? So mountain climbers is para din siyang push-ups, no? Para din siyang position ng push-up. So ihila natin yung tuhod para tayong tumatakbo. Like for example, ganito siya, no? Yan ang kanyang example, no? So yun, same din sila ng time, no? So 20 seconds yung exercise, and then yung rest time naman niya is 10 seconds, no? So yun, basta same din sila ng exercise. Repeat for 8 rounds, total time 4 minutes for exercise time. Ito yung sabi ko kanina. So now let us proceed to the instructions, no? So perform each exercise as hard as you can for 20 seconds. Then take a 10 seconds rest before moving to the next exercise. Race for 1 minute between sets if you are doing multiple 4 minutes rounds. Ibig sabihin, mag-perform tayo ng exercise or mag-perform tayo ng bawat exercise na kung saan dapat mabilis, no? So, and then kailangan bago natin matapos is after pa ng 20 seconds, no? So, and then, yun. So, after that, we need to rest for 10 seconds, no? Before tayo mag-proceed sa other exercise. Rest for 1 minute between sets if you are doing multiple 4-minute rounds. No? So, ibig sabihin, kung gagawa tayo ng more 4-minute dapat rounds is dapat kailangan natin ng rest na 1 minute before tayo mag-proceed sa other set of exercise. So now, let us proceed to the effective Tabata exercises. No? So Tabata can include a variety of exercises to target different muscle groups. So now, let us proceed to the Tabata exercises. Tabata can include a variety of exercises. Tabata can include a variety of exercises to target different muscle groups. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung mga exercise na kung saan pwede natin gamitin sa workout, Tabata workout, no? So, para mapalakas natin yung differentiate as parts of the body natin, no? So, the number 1 is body weight exercises, no? So, sa letter A, squats, builds leg strength and endurance. Ito yung sabi ko kanina na pagyuyuko na kung saan parang uupo sa upuan, no? And then after babalik naman tayo sa pagtatayo, no? So like for example, ito. So ang benefits niya is pinapalakas niya yung legs natin, no? Or thighs, no? And then nakakatulong siya sa muscle endurance natin, no? So and then sa letter B is push-ups. Targets the chest, shoulders, and triceps. So, ito yung sabi ko kanina na push-ups, no? From the word push-up, no? So, dapat nakadapa tayo. So, ang kagandahan naman nito kasi is pinapalakas yung chest natin, no? Pinapalakas yung chest, and yung shoulder natin pinapalakas niya. And then yung triceps, no? So, yung sa likod ng arms natin. And letter C is burpees. Full body exercise boosts cardiovascular fitness. Sa burpees is ibig sabihin combination exercise ito siya. Like squats, push up position, no, like yung pagtatalo ng pataas, no. So magana siya. No? So kasi lahat ng katawan natin is gumagalaw. So ang kagandahan kasi niya is pinapalakas niya yung cardio natin or di kayong heart rate natin. No, so pinapalakas niya yan. So now, let us proceed to the number 2, no? So which is cardio-based moves. So sa cardio-based moves is Letter A, high knees. So, increases heart rate, targeting core and leg muscles. Ibig sabihin, ito naman yung exercise na kung saan pinapabilis na yung heart rate natin, no? So, and then, and also para lumakas yung stamina natin. Tatakbo tayo and yung parang nagja-jogging, no? So, like sabi ko kanina, no? So, kasi ang kagandahan niya is pinapalakas na yung heart rate natin, no? Pinapalakas na yung heart rate natin, and then, yung legs at core natin. Sa letter B is mountain climbers. Works abs, shoulders, and legs with a cardio element. So, ibig sabihin, para siyang push-up position, no? So ibig sabihin, para siyang push-up position, no? So, inihila natin yung tuhod sa dibdib. So, ang kagandahan kasi nito, pinapabilis or di kaya pinapalakas na yung abs natin, no? Yung shoulders, pati yung legs, and then meron din siyang cardio effect. So, letter C is jumping jacks. Great for warming up and raising heart rate. Exercises with less fatigue, increasing muscular endurance so you can perform other. Jumping jacks is ibig sabihin talon tayo while nakabuka ka yung paa natin at yung pati yung kamay natin, no? So, and after that, we back to the normal position. So, babalik naman tayo sa normal position. Ang kagandahan kasi nito is magandang warm-up exercise siya, no? So, and then, nakakatulong siya pabilisin yung heart rate natin. So, sa letter D, enhances coordination and balance. The timing and balance, this is particularly useful for sports and rhythm required to jump rope and help improve coordination activities that require quick movements. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung nagpapabuti ng coordination at balance ng katawan natin, no? So, kapag nagja-jump rope tayo is kailangan dapat sabay yung kamay at paa natin, pati yung mata while tama ang timing ng pagtalon natin, no? So, dahil dito mas nagiging maayos, no? Nagiging maayos ang galaw ng katawan natin, no? So, yun. So, halimbawa, so kapag player tayo, no? So, nakakatulong ito siya sa mga sports tulad ng basketballs, no? Badminton, volleyball, so yun. Kasi kailangan niya yung mabilis na heart rate, no? So, kasi kailangan ang timing galaw or mabilis na galaw. Letter E is supports bone health. The impact of jumping promotes bone density, which is important for long-term bone health and help prevent osteoporosis. Ang support bone health is ibig sabihin yung pagtalon, no? Yung pagtalon natin ay impact sa mga buto natin, no? Kaya nakakatulong to siya sa para lumakas at tumibay yung mga buto natin, no? So, and then nakakatulong din ito siya sa para maiwasan ang sakit na tinatawag na osteoporosis. So, para ma-avoid or maiwasan yung tinatawag na sakit na osteoporosis, no? Sa letter F, portable and inexpensive. Jump ropes are affordable and can be used anywhere, making it easy to fit in a workout at home, in the park, or while traveling. No, ibig sabihin yung jump rope is madali siyang dalhin, no? At mura lang siya, no? So hindi mo na kailangan na malaking gym, no? O di kaya yung mahal na kagamitan, no? So kasi ang kagandahan nito is pwede kang mag-exercise, no? Like sa bahay, no? O di kaya sa mga sea park, no? So kasi dadalhin mo na yung gamit mo, no? So, yun lang naman siguro, no? So, tandaan nyo lahat ng mga exercise na ito is nakakatulong siya sa body fitness natin. So, yun lang naman siguro. So much for that. Thank you.